What is up, A-Team? Welcome back. Awesome here. Hope everyone's having an awesome day. So again, we are here talking about Terra and Luna and the cryptocurrencies that crashed. And this has been a hot topic. This will be a hot topic probably all year long because you had two of the biggest cryptocurrencies in the world come to their demise and they're on their deathbed right now. No one really knows exactly what happened. Tons of things are speculating out there, but I came across this article that says the evil genius may have caused Terra and Luna cryptocurrencies to crash into a death spiral. And this article alone right here opened up my eyes to a lot of things that happened. And if you are sort of confused or maybe don't really understand what happened, I highly suggest that you read through this article thoroughly. It gives you a very good idea of exactly what happened. Or I will put this link down in my description box below. Please go check this out and really just read through it. It's a pretty quick read and it gives you a lot of insight on what happened. And it opens up your eyes to seeing really what happened, because there was only one way only to get this into a death spiral, and this thing was executed perfectly. And so it does sort of raise the question that this could have been done by someone, some entity outside of Terra Luna to come in and actually wipe this all out. There was a plan, there was a plot, and reading through this and sort of connecting the dots, it makes you go, wow, there definitely was someone plotting against Terra Luna. And at least that's my take from it. Everyone's here to make their own interpretations of it. These are just my opinions coming out here, but reading through this, it's very, very crazy what you see and sort of connect. And so the whole goal behind Terra here and what it was to cryptocurrency was really meant to be fixed value of around $1 so that it can be used as a reliable store of value versus like Ethereum and Bitcoin that has high volatility. They were trying to create an algorithm that made it to where it was actually stable and secure. That was the whole goal behind Terra. So it says Terra was one of the world's most valuable and stable digital currencies, but on Tuesday, a huge sell-off occurred and basically caused this thing to unpeg and have this death spiral that we're all talking about. And so the big question is where did this all go wrong? What happened? So most stablecoins are backed by cash reserves. However, Terra is an algorithmic stablecoin whose value is backed by its sister token in Luna. And so when Terra dips below $1, it can be swapped for Luna tokens. And in theory, that's meant to keep the value of both very, very stable. It's basically like printing money out of thin air through a complex mix of smart contracts to make sure the value of each UST token stays as close as possible to the US $1. But the problem was that these complex algorithms somehow failed, and again, there was only really one way for this whole smart contract to fail. The people that actually did do this attack, and I do think it was attacked, planned this perfectly, and it worked out perfectly. And again, that's why we're here today talking about Terra Luna in the light that we're talking about it in. So the big question is, how did this evil genius plot unfold? And really nobody knows. A lot of this is speculation. A lot of it is trying to connect dots. And again, I think that people are getting closer to connecting the dots here because really information is coming out. People are talking about it. And right now you can see that there's some crazy stories out there. And it says nobody knows who caused the price of Terra and Luna to crash, but many social medias are pointing blame to big US hedge funds. And if you guys remember, last time we had this issue with US hedge funds stepping in and trying to control things like GameStop and AMC, things got crazy, man. People fought back on this kind of stuff. And I think we're starting to see that now with Terra Luna. People are stepping in and saying, wait a second, you are now messing with retail investors. You're messing with the little man's money here. And we're not taking that. And that's why you're starting to see this bounce back, this push back on Terra. And it's pretty remarkable to see the pricing come back. I mean, this was dead in the water. 2 days ago, this was absolutely dead in the water. Luna was done. And now you're starting to see people come together and fight back and start buying up Terra and Luna and really try to drive this back up, try to drive this price up. And it's remarkable to see the support across everywhere to get this price back up where it needs to be, to get money back in pockets where people lost, because a ton of people lost a ton of money. It's almost sickening on how much money was lost. And I'm one of those people. I'm sick to my stomach to even think of how much money people lost out there. And so my goal is to really try to figure out what happened and then what do we need to do next. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm talking about it. And right now, the biggest thing circulating is that, right here, big US hedge funds and trading firms, given the massive trading which could have been involved in this, such as BlackRock and Citadel Securities, have been accused of this. Again, they came out and said that, hey man, like we're not involved in this. Even Gemini came out and said that we're not involved in this. But people are sort of going, wait a second, there's too many, people said, wait a second, there's too many things that are not smelling right. Your guys' names are all over this. People close to the projects have come out and said that their names are all over this. So again, speculation. We don't know that for sure, but they sure are all over the tabloids with helping in the takedown of Terra Luna. And it says, we don't know if the momentum was created by collusion. And it says right here, conspiracy theorists would say yes, because it's a massive trade. I mean, in all my career, it's one of the biggest trades I've ever seen. I mean, just think about that. The biggest trade, you have to have that money. They paid for that, right? So someone with a lot of money had to be able to get their hands on that. We're talking over, we're talking over hundreds of millions of dollars in Bitcoin that was traded between hands. People are saying it's the most evil genius plot that they've ever seen. And so really this is how it all unfolds. And this is the best part of the whole article that gives you the best descriptions on really how this thing happened. And it says, Miss Wade said, as a part of this complex plot, the buyers appeared to have purchased around 1 billion worth of UST. So that's the Terra stablecoin, while shorting Bitcoin. So again, they shorted the Bitcoin and now they have the stablecoin in UST. It says what did they did next was they timed the market. So obviously we're in this really low volatility. We all know that the market has been down extremely over the past, almost this whole year, but really this past couple weeks, it's been just going in a downward trend in a bear market. They waited until Saturday night when trading volumes were very, very low and there were no bids. And then when they went to a trading pool and started to sell in UST in massive volumes, which then triggered all the subsequent selling in low volume markets that broke the US dollar peg, which is what we started to see. And now when that peg was broke, inside the algorithm was what our team had identified as a death spiral. The selling starts to feed on itself from the mechanism of the algorithm. Again, when you go to sell Terra, Luna starts to be printed. And again, the algorithm basically started to go into a death spiral because of that. So when the death spiral kicked in, the algorithm started selling Bitcoin and Avalanche, which are other cryptocurrencies that are back in this, which triggered even more selling. So it said Luna was impacted because it's the underlying backer of UST. So every time UST token is bought, a Luna token is burned, which means there are less tokens in supply. So Luna price goes up. The reverse applies when people start selling. So every time someone sells UST, they mint a Luna, which means there's now more volume. There's more circulation out there in Luna, which is diluting the actual pot that it's in right now. And if there's no buyers and the price goes down, it starts to feed into itself because people are panicked and they're selling Luna. So basically, people then start to sell. It creates a spiral and there's no way to get out of the spiral. So it says right here that with this trade that took place, it took advantage of the fact that the markets are weaker. The perfect storm was nobody stepping up to buy the Bitcoin and the UST, which caused this to go out of control and into the demise that it's in today. And so that's really what happened. It had to be a perfect storm. And someone set this up to be a perfect storm. This had to be, and this is why I think it was an attack, because this was an elaborate scheme. Again, there was only really one way for this to happen, and it was to really have a real big control of UST to begin to sell off along with Bitcoin. And that's really what happened, dude. People with a lot of money were able to do this. They were able to go in there, infiltrate the algorithm, and cause this. And unfortunately, I will say, you go back and you watch Do Kwon talk, he did challenge people to take down his product. He did challenge the smartest of people out there, the billionaires, the people that are in cryptocurrency. It's basically saying, hey, you can't take down my stuff. My stuff is great. It's the best thing out there. No one can do this. And now he challenged these people to come out there and take down his product, and they were successful in doing that. But out of that whole thing, these people ruined some people's lives. People lost a ton of money. People, like, I lost all my life savings. I mean, and again, we should not be investing all our money in one place, but people do that. People rely, they see their money going up, they rely on it. And it's just really, really sad to see someone come in and take advantage of a bunch of other people that might not understand cryptocurrency and how it works. And they're relying on it maybe for life savings, for retirement. And within 48 hours, all of it was gone. All of it was gone. And, just to see what this was, you're talking $85 at one point is now worth like cents on the dollar, like 0.000356 cents right now, I think is where it's at. And sickening. It's disheartening. And I feel really, really bad for everyone involved. So definitely go check out this article. It's a very well-written article. It gives you everything you need to know on what happened. A lot of people out there still don't really understand what happened with Luna, but this article gives you everything, and it's very well written. So definitely go check that out. Let me know. What do you think it was? Do you think that there was a plot? Do you think that there was higher beings, bigger hedge fund companies out there that were trying to take this down? I believe that. And again, it's because Do Kwon challenged it. And I think that they finally showed that they could break his algorithm, and it ended up hurting a lot of people. And so there you have it. Please put it down in the comment section below. So with all that said, I hope everyone has an amazing day. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And with all that, we're out. Peace.